The Vampire Diaries Season 8, Episode 6, Detoured on Some Random Backwards Path to Hell. Now, this was a really crazy episode. Unfortunately, I'm a full week behind. I'm over a full week behind at this point because the mid-season finale came out yesterday. For me, I don't even know when I'll get to upload this, but it was really crazy watching it and then going through, all the crazy stuff that they had with, they get the kids back. Cade is officially, in the show, he does officially get summoned. Sybil makes her plan. She outs her sister, so it's like, for what you did to me, I'm kind of outing you for eternity, so once you die, you will go to hell. Stefan and Damon make this plan. Damon gets killed, and then it goes off, and I'm like, how is this not the mid-season finale? Like, this is going into another episode, and I thought that was insane, because I felt like with the way they ended it, that could have easily been the mid-season finale, so it has me insanely excited to see where the heck they're going next. The only problem is that the promo shows that Damon's alive. It could be a dream sequence. Now, that's definitely the case. But from what I was seeing, it seemed more like somebody saved Damon. And I would assume, considering the deal that he and Sybil made, that's how he comes back to life. So it's not that crazy. It kind of makes sense to end it that way, because it's like, okay, he's just like, oh, your timing's perfect because I just made the deal of a lifetime, maybe even 1,000 lifetimes, because the whole point was Sybil made this deal to save herself from having to do this for eternity. Also, she skips on the hell thing, but Damon gets to take her place, and Stefan decides to join him in order to save the kids. So no matter what, he's gonna get to live forever. And I guess that it kind of explains why they do that sort of ending, because it's like, oh, that seems like a crazy epic ending, but then it's like, if you paid attention to the episode, you would know that he can die, but he's just going to come back to life from that. But I still thought it would have been a cool way to end it, because that's still a huge turning point. I mean, Alaric is still my favorite character. He goes nuts in this episode, trying to get his girls back, and some stuff he did, for the most part I was with him. The only thing I was against him on was kind of what he did with Caroline, because I was like, yeah, technically he's right. Like, yeah, he's like, they're my children, not yours. Like, yeah, technically, sure. But based on everything we've seen, that was a really harsh thing for him to say, which he does apologize for at the end. But going through it, he was losing. He's like telling Stefan, was like, I don't care if you melt Enzo's brain and turn it into mush. I need to find my kids. And the opening scene when he was on the phone, that was amazing to me. He was like, clearly you haven't comprehended how far I'll go for my children. And she seemed like legitimately scared. And this is just like, technically, of all the characters, this is just a dude. Like, he's been in it, but he's just a human. There's nothing, I mean, they can control even vampires. They can totally control him. But she seemed legitimately scared, like, this dude effing lost his mind. Like, I've never seen him this crazy before. So, I love that scene when they're on the phone, and he was just like, I will find you. And he's like, the longer you make me wait to get my children back, the worse it's going to be. And so I was like, dang, Alaric is going insane in this, which I thought was really good, because we normally don't see him lose it a lot, and the last time we did, it was sad based. This was anger based, so it was actually really cool. And I was like, man, still my favorite character. He always has something good happening. Well, at least story wise, he's always got something good happening. He's got like the worst actual story to live through, but it was really cool seeing him go through that. And then the end of the episode comes, and he's like, he's kind of gotten to the point where he's a lot like Matt, where it's like, man, they are the people that we've been connected to for years now. They're the trouble that continuously, spawns around us. Like, they bring in all the issues that we have. And this time it brought in, my two girls. And it was just crazy. He's like, Matt kind of tells him, like, I kind of makes you want to fight back. Like, I've been feeling that way a lot. And sometimes you just want to fight back. And they take out, Damon, which I thought was really crazy. But, of course, he's going to come back in the mid-season finale. And I'm excited to see how that's going to play out. I feel like, despite what they did, as far as Sybil making her own plan and outing her sister because of, for getting revenge on her, or I guess in order to get revenge on her, I still think that it's going to be the two of them. Like, they're still sirens, and, I mean, she even says, like, I made the deal that I get to keep my power, so I don't know if that means Selene lost hers, or, how that's going to play out, but, Sybil still has her abilities and stuff like that, so I am curious what that's going to do, but we still have the second half of this season, and even though, the sort of twin, well, not twins, but the sister arc thing kind of ended, super fast. I'm curious if they're gonna keep both of them. Like, obviously, Sybil still has her powers, and she can easily still be a villain and still has control over Damon. But what's her sister gonna be doing now? Will she still have powers? Is she just screwed? Is she gonna work with the heroes now to try to kill Cade because she's super scared all of a sudden? So I still think she'll be in the show, but I'm very curious how they're gonna utilize that element, because no one's gonna want to work with her, of course, after what she did. But now she's gonna be like, well, I'm the best resource you have in order to, not only stop Cade, just from all eternity, I guess, but also now to save Stefan and Damon, because that's what they have to do. Basically, the whole second half is going to be trying to save them from Cade. So I feel like that's how it might play out, where Selene will join them and Sybil will, maintain her status as the main villain, because now it's like, crap, she might not care that much about Cade, but the fact that her sister might win, that would be her driving force to go against everybody else. It's like, I don't care about you guys, but she cannot win. Like, no matter what her plan is, whether it's good or bad, I feel like that's how that's going to play out. So I'm excited to see, if that's the route that it goes, or, something totally different. But I loved what they did with this episode. Everybody was frantic. It was insane. Enzo is getting destroyed, like, from the inside out. Like, Sybil's torturing him mentally because she's in his subconscious. Them having the plan where Damon and Stefan decide that they will replace the sirens, so now they're the immortal vampires that are gonna, send all the bad souls to Cade and stuff like that. So I can't wait to actually check out this mid-season finale. I think this was actually a really good episode. Like I said, personally speaking, I think this could have been the mid-season finale. Like, even if you knew, like, oh yeah, Damon's gonna come back and stuff, him being legitimately killed, especially by Alaric of all people, because they were, best friends. Like, that was the really weird relationship that they had, where, if I'm remembering right, Damon, I think he, I think he controlled Alaric's wife first and then killed her after that, and that's how they ended up being connected, was because he, compelled her to basically sleep with him, and then he killed her after that. And they just had the craziest relationship, and somehow they became like the best friends. And now it's gotten to the point where Alaric ignores the fact that he's being, mentally controlled. Is like, as much as he, you know, has those feelings for Damon, it's like, nope, it went to my kids. And like, it was almost like, you were like my best friend, and it's like, it sucks that you're being controlled, but I just don't care anymore. Like, that was his snapping point. So I'm excited to see how that plays out, because I always liked their relationship, because it was so ridiculous and crazy that they managed to become like the best of friends out of everything. Pretty much anybody liking Damon is like a miracle at this point, considering all the stuff he did in like the first couple of seasons. But with Alaric, I think it's the most, well, I don't know, it's hard to say. I mean, everybody else he killed, I mean, like him and Tyler, I'm pretty sure, no, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure that was him. If that wasn't him, then that was one of the originals, but I feel like that was Damon. I feel like Damon killed is the reason everybody's dead. But I just can't wait to see what they do for this mid-season finale. I really enjoyed this one. Even though, like I said, this is super light, I would still love to know what you guys thought about this episode. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And even though, of course, the mid-season finale has already taken place, there's still a bunch of questions that I can ask you guys. So I actually want to know what you guys think is going to happen as far as Damon and Stefan being in this deal. How are they going to break out of it? And how are they just going to stop Cade in general? Because, like I said, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to assume, whether Selene helps them or not, the plan is, we got to stop Cade so that we can save at least Stefan. Like, people might not care too much about Damon, but we're gonna, he'll be there to save too, I guess. But everybody's gonna want to save Stefan. So I want to know how you guys think they'll break them out of that, and how they'll, take down Cade. And of course, I want to know what you guys thought about this episode in general. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.